Hello, friends, and welcome to today's episode. He walked around her property while she watched through her blinds from her window. He looked scary because of the way he walked. He looked like he couldn't wait for anything today. Then, he stopped a car that was coming the other way on the road. He put his body in the way and showed his badge. When he spoke, the things he said would make her blood boil. Amanda Goodison lived in Warwick, Rhode Island, which was her hometown. She lived in a small town where she was alone except for her cat. Tom was his name. She was no longer working because she had already stopped. She spent most of her time going to the local pool and checking out bakeries. She also spent time with the people she liked best. Even so, her best thing to do was take care of her area and its people. Amanda saw a police officer she had never seen before checking out the property of her friend Kelly. Maybe he was friendly with her neighbor. But she wasn't on her land at the moment. But then it happened again, he was looking at her property again. She felt strange about what was going on. She had to watch out for him. The cop walked through Kelly's long grass. Did he want to find something? Then he started to write things down. Was he giving her a hard time about the long grass? Kelly was an old woman who lived alone. He couldn't find her for something so small, could he? When the officer turned around and looked back at Amanda, she quickly ran away, but it was too late, he was already on her porch and banging on her door. When I answered, he said, "Hello, sorry to bother you. I just want to ask something quick. I've seen that your neighbor's grass is getting very long. Have you recently seen her?" Amanda can recall. She had to come up with a plan fast to help her friend. "I don't know where the homeowner is, but she might be at work. She is 73 years old, lives by herself, and works every day. It's been hard for her to get by without a retirement plan." Amanda was trying to get the cop to see things her way. The police officer glared at her and sighed. Then he asked her what her name was. Amanda had to tell the officer the truth, so she gave him the name. When he left, she went back to the window to keep an eye on him. No one knows what he was after. It seemed like the cop was in a bad mood, and maybe he was just looking for someone to blame. Amanda would be surprised by what he did next, though. Amanda watched as the cop yelled and waved at a car that was driving by. The car went through a quiet crossroads where the light was red without stopping. The cop ran out into the road and stopped right in front of the car. "Hey! How come?" "I was right there," a cop was heard to say. The driver apologized right away through his down window. Amanda's blood started to boil when the cop said the next thing. He could have given the driver a ticket, but instead he asked for a favor. The cop was tall and strong. He was scary and leaned over the driver's side window like he was in charge. Amanda thought that the officer could have asked this man for anything at that moment, and he would have done it. As expected, the man agreed quickly and drove off quickly. Amanda was sorry she didn't film it. But she wouldn't make the same mistake when he came back. The cop went back to Kelly's yard and started looking in through her windows. Amanda told him she wasn't there already. Was he going to do something? "Come in." Amanda was about to go outside to protect Kelly's property when she heard a sound she had heard before. The man who went through the red light was him. This time, something big was sticking out of his trunk when he came back. The cop told the man to wait by waving his hand and pulling out his notes again. He quickly wrote something on a piece of paper and stuck it to Kelly's front door. The cop then went over to the man's trunk and yelled at him to help. The driver did what he was asked and helped him right away. What the heck did he do? Amanda watched as a man helped a police officer get a lawnmower out of the car. The police officer gave the man a pat on the back and told him to come back in 30 minutes. Amanda pulled out her phone and started recording the cop as he cut Kelly's grass. As the shock of his kindness hit her, her eyes started to well up with tears. Why did he act this way? Officer Matthew Karatamos said of Kelly's yard, "I kept noticing that the grass was getting longer and longer, so he chose to do a well-being check during his regular rounds." Karatamos went back to the house a few more times, hoping to catch the person who lived there. When nothing else worked, he went to Amanda Goodison's house. But when he heard what she said, he knew he had to do more. Amanda thought that the sigh was a sign of disinterest, but it was actually a sign of sympathy. He wrote down Kelly's information so he could help her and find a gardener who would help her out of kindness. Then, when he saw the car go through the red light, he had a quick thought: he should ask for his lawn mower. What did Kelly think, though? Ellie Kelly, the homeowner, was very grateful when she saw the note the officer left on her door and the video Amanda finally shared on social media. "He just cut it," said Kelly. "I was like, wow," and I started to cry. The video of Officer Matthew Karadamos soon went viral, and everyone in the community and around the world was proud of what he had done. Even the Warwick police posted the video again with the caption, "Often, police job is about giving back to our great town." Last week, one of the cops on his beat saw a field that was getting too big. After making sure the resident was fine and just needed help, he borrowed a lawnmower and took care of the yard. What you do will come back to you. That's it for today, friends. Please let us know what you think about this story. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon for more amazing stories.